Hi everyone, and welcome to my little stitchy world, and today is going to be an update on my Maynia stitching that I did. It is the 25th of May, and I've been a little crazy busy, so I didn't get to come on here after my Maynia ended, but other people's Maynia is still going on, so it's not too terrible. Is that my dog outside barking? Oh, it is. He's not here. Um, so anyhow, I'm losing my train of thought because I can hear my dog barking outside. Um, but yeah, I've been done with Stitch Mania for a little while, and I actually only got 13 days into it. Yeah, 13 days. And I switched 2 different days. I didn't switch them around, but I switched it up. So yeah, I don't know. I just kind of suddenly got tired. Like, I was doing some of this Stitch Mania. I started it when my in-laws had left to go to the Oregon coast and then go to family's house. So I was able to kind of get going on this, but I was still working. And then when I got in the middle of it, they had come back for a few days, so I wanted to spend some time with them. And you know, sometimes you gotta make those choices. So I still stitched, but I didn't do as much. I just kind of sat and visited and stitched a little bit. And then towards the end, kind of hit a wall, you know. And then I was trying to get a bunch of things done. So it's all right. You go as long as you can go, right? Like right now, I'm so tired. It's like, wow, it's 10 o'clock. I didn't realize it was that late. I was wondering why my eyes were burning. 10 o'clock at night. And I started a movie, and now I'm wondering if I'm going to finish it. But it is Friday. It is Memorial Day weekend. And I am having lunch with a friend tomorrow, but I don't pick her up until noon. So I could actually stay up a little bit longer. I really want to get one of these that I'll show you, one of these stitches done tonight. So I'm hoping I can do it. I have the movie Hellboy 2 paused. I don't know if it's even still paused. It may not be. Probably not. So I'll go in there and watch that. And yeah, that was like a 2008 movie. And then finish this up. But yeah, most of my stitching is just a little bit done. Hey, Big Mouth. You are in so much trouble, guy. Oh, why do you bark at people? People are trying to sleep. It's 10 o'clock at night. There's no excuse for it. I think I see this red going on. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. So, yeah, why don't I go ahead and just show you my Stitch Mania stuff I worked on. Can I put you down? You gonna be good? One over there. There you go. And then I have Charlie over, or Charlie's right here, but I have Riga over there snoring. So you hear a weird noise. That's who it is. I have a small little haul that's really, I don't even know if I should even bother showing it to you, but I will anyway. But want to go ahead and show you the whips first, okay? So on the first, I did the July pattern from, I have stuff everywhere, and I grabbed it from my craft room. Like, yeah, my craft room. I have been working on it today, getting it organized, got the guinea pigs out, brought them in this room. I finally have my craft room to myself. Yesterday I was scrubbing my shower. I was taking those sticky things off my shower floor, those slip resistant little fishies. I've been wanting to do that for years. They've been on there forever. I ended up just slicing my finger. I mean, like, with the blade. I was so careful I didn't scratch my shower floor. I didn't cut myself at all. I was really, really careful. I was almost done. I put it down, the blade down on the sink. Went and helped my husband. Came back to pick it up. I only got the small scraper, and I just nicked the corner of this blade, and it sliced my finger. I bumped my head at work. I have twisted my ankle. I have bruised my legs up like crazy. I have burnt myself at home. I have a scar. I burnt myself here at work today. We won't talk about it. We won't talk about where my arm guards are. It's not a discussion that's going to happen. But I do these things, and I just brush myself off, and I keep going. Oh, well, it happens. I sliced myself, and I want to cry like a baby. So, you know, the first thing I did was I wrapped it up, and I just held on to it, and I was like, please, please, I hope I didn't just slice my finger off. You know, you just hold it. It's like, don't look, don't look, don't look, don't look. Just don't look. Just don't look. And then my husband's like, what did you do? And I'm just don't look. There's blood. We're not looking. I don't care if my finger was cut off. We are not looking. And then my second thought was, oh, thank goodness it's not my stitching hand. I'm left-handed. We're all good. It's all right now. But it really hurts. And it's going to hurt picking up this fabric really bad. So that's what I've been doing. I've been working in my craft room and working in that bathroom. I have many more things to do in the bathroom. But on the 1st I did do the July. It called for the specialty flosses, and I converted it to DMC, so this was in black. There's another one right here that will be in black. And there's more stuff that goes on them. But this is supposed to be in black too, and I did not want it in black. So it has red, white, and blue in it. And there is more red and blue than there is white, so I just chose white for the words. Once everything else is in here, it'll all balance out. So then on the 2nd, since that was a new start, I have a whip. My whip is the Santa's Village, Mrs. Claus Cookie Shop. And I only have this here to go, just these. So 4 little sticks of the green, and then the red. And then I'll come in and do the French knots for her eyes, the French knots for the chocolate chips, and then I will sew the button on and we will be done. So I'm going to work on this tonight. It has been warm and dry, and I have been taking this nettle that my second lead at work told me about. You know, it's an herb, and it comes from the stinging nettle. Doesn't sting you. It's safe. But a lot of people take them for allergies, and my eyes were watery. I was sneezing. I couldn't wear my contacts at all. And I started taking these. I got to take 2 more tonight. 2 in the morning, 2 in the evening. She sent me home with some to see if it worked, and I bought some. I got 2 bottles on eBay. No, I'm sorry, not eBay. Amazon. And I can wear my contacts, like I have them on now, and it's 10 o'clock at night. They're usually off of my eyes by about 4 or 5. If they're even in my eyes at all. I can't believe how well this has helped my allergies. No sneezing, my nose. Usually I'm like rubbing my nose. I'm like, I'm sorry, and rubbing and digging. And none of that. The wind picked up today. The only thing that's bothering me is my throat, and I just feel like I have to keep clearing it. But that's it. And for me, that is really, really good. So, that's why I'm clearing my throat. It's just a lot of allergens. It's just blowing. But yesterday, I was perfectly fine. So, yeah, I love those nettles. It's really helped me. Just thought I'd bring it up because a lot of people are suffering allergies. And it's a pits when your eyes are watery and you're trying to cross stitch. So, on the 3rd, I had a new start again. Oh my goodness. I just love this one. I could just stitch and stitch. Scary Night Halloween. So I'm doing that one. And of course, you know, I have all of them. And I'm doing them together like that. I did not have that color fabric, but I had this one, which is called Pine, 28 count Lugana from Fabrics by LJ. It was just kind of a different green, not as greeny, I guess. Is that a word? Greeny? But it's perfect. This is a DMC variegated floss. Can't remember the name. But look at that. It looks perfect on this fabric. I love it. I'm thrilled. A Scary Night, That Witch's Love. So I was really glad to get the whole words. But, yeah, it just really worked for this color. So I'm really glad I picked this color. And that I got this. This was a Fabric of the Month color. So it was perfect. So I just have the witches to do. I don't have the buttons. I gotta decide what I want to do. Yeah, I have to figure it out. But I have to do her hair, and I'm actually a little nervous about it, so I'm thinking about practicing that stitch. I've even seen it done on YouTube. I looked it up, but I want to practice it before I do it on this fabric. I can't wait to get started on this again. So, that was the new start. And then the next one was a whip on the 4th. And it is my classic Christmas charm from Cross Stitch and Needleworks magazine. And I did this. I did the snow and the snowman. This is done on 28 count MCG textiles. The color is mushroom. That's what I was thinking. So I got all of these done, and this one's almost done. Of course, Mrs. Claus and the July pattern was done on a 28 count. Oops, sorry. 28 count MCG textile white coffee tea dyed. That's what I was trying to say. Then I did a new start. That is somewhere. I don't know where. Here we go. It was Game of Thrones. If I had my head on straight, I would have started in the lower corner down here because I was only stitching on it for one day, and I would have at least gotten the person almost done, because they're not very big, and I would have felt like I accomplished something. But no, I started with the dragon, people. I started with this dragon. I am working on a 28 count even weave Lugana Monaco from Charles Craft in Antique White, because I've had it for a long time. That's it. There's a lot in this. That's why it took me a while, because there was a lot of counting. So there's a lot of just a few colors in there. But like you would start and then you would skip and go, because see the brown's all inside there. And then I think this is black. Yeah. Really easy to stitch. This 28 count Monaco is really easy. And the floss lays really nice. But yeah, I'm just tired. And a lot of stuff going on. Life. So, did that. And then on the 6th was a whip. Again. And it was the Oh Halloween Tree. You've all seen what that one looks like. You don't want to see the back of that. There we go. So I am almost done with the tree. I got this done, and I think I got some of this, or maybe that was already done. No? Maybe. I got over here, but I come up here, and I think it comes this way and this way, if I remember right. And then I get to start on the motifs. I can finish that tombstone that I frogged. But I just can't wait. I cannot wait to stitch on this again. I've been saying that with everything, huh? So that was a whip, and so that means I had a new start. But you know what? I did not. I fooled you, didn't I? On the 7th, I was supposed to start Once Upon a Time. I didn't. I did not start Once Upon a Time because that was the day, if I remember right, my in-laws came back from their trip, their 1 week, 1 week of being gone. And they were only going to be here for just a few more days, and so that's when I kind of slowed down. And they ended up coming back here some hours after I got home from work. Was I home from work or was it a weekend? I don't know. It could have happened, 5 days ago, and I wouldn't remember. So what I chose to do was, instead of starting Once Upon a Time, I just stopped, and I did stitch, but I picked up Santa's Village. I picked this one up, and I started working, because I had done the snowflakes during the, this is not a stain, this is from Coffee Tea Dye, but I did the snowflakes during the Stitch Mania. So I came up here and started work on these. And then I picked up the 4th of July, and on my Stitch Mania I had done this and then just a couple letters, and I finished the letters. I think it was just the L and the Y that I needed to do. So that's what I did, and then they showed up. So I still stitched, but I went off of what I was supposed to do. So then I just resumed on the 8th. I did the next one. Which was the blooming flower. It's starting to look like a flower now. Wait, do I have it right? It looks best from far away, but this is what I did. Love is in the air, and then not 2 hearts. So this heart here has a string that kind of looks like a balloon, but this one does not, and it is not attached to anything. So when I pick this back up, I want to just, even though it's not charted for it, I want to stitch the little string. But yeah. So I'm coming up this way. It is really super cute. Like, I started to fall in love with this when I got done doing this on Stitch Maynia, because that's what made it start to look like a flower. A daffodil is what it's supposed to look like. And I'm actually, for the first time, excited about doing the other seasons, when really deep down I wasn't. I figured I just wasn't going to do it. I thought, you know, this is taking me too long. I can't see how it's supposed to look like a flower, and now I do. So then that leaves me on the 9th with a new start, which I did, and I'm happy to tell you that I found the cover of the 4 Seasons by Dimensions. So I had just finished this one not that long ago. Haven't even fully finished it. I did this one spring years ago, and now I'm doing fall. There's no way I'd get summer done. I'm hoping, I don't think so, but I'm hoping to get fall done this year. So I started in this corner. I always do. If I don't start in the middle, I start in the upper left-hand corner. This is this, let's see, make sure I got it right. Yeah, I do. This is all I did. A lot of it is half stitches. And I was just getting down here where the full stitches are, which are the trees that are supposed to look closer up. This one here is supposed to look like trees from way in the distance. And once I get a whole lot more done, you'll see it. So it's going to go all the way across here. And this here, the focus piece is the barn. The focus piece on the spring was kind of, I think that was a barn, because it looks like barn doors. Winter is a house and summer is a house. So I wanted to call it the 4 Seasons house, but not all of them are houses. I hate it when I get an elbow pain. Oh, it just shoots pain up my arm. That really hurts. So, got that done. That means the 10th was a whip. So this whip is the free pattern of The Way to Happiness. Gizmo's got the beat going on over there. This one here. Remember how I said I wanted to get all the words done? That was the plan. And plans are wishes, dreams, and ideas. And the wish did not come true. But I got some words done, and that's okay. Keep your heart free. Not bad. Not bad at all. I could have just got the word keep. So, you always got to look on the bright side of life. Then, I did a new start. And, again, it was a free pattern. So, I'd already done Katie Kitty. And this is Peter Polar Bear. From Brick Books. And that's how far I came. Top part of his shirt, I stitched the heart in white, and I heart Coco. Not bad. Again. But see, I had one day, and really, it was one evening. And when we had dinner, you know, I didn't stitch, and cooking dinner, because it was for more than just my husband and I. So, and even when my mother-in-law cooked, I cleaned. My husband was home, he cleaned, so I didn't really have a whole lot of time. Because by then, you know, I was on the 11th, my in-laws were back. In fact, I think somewhere around here they were leaving. So on the 12th, I did a whip, which was for snowfall. And I can't really show you this because one side I have the chart for, or the symbols for the colors, and then the other side I keep for the, can't really show you, the chart so I can look at it as I'm stitching. But I'm sure everybody's seen For Snowfall. I'm still working on it. I have no idea if I'll have it done for Christmas. I did the stump for the tree here so I could start on the snow. And that's as far as I got for that evening. Because I could count from the house to the tree trunk. I don't know if I called it a stump, but I meant tree trunk. A lot easier than all the way over here. I did not want to miscount. And you can see the spaces, and that's where the branches come in. It's a pine tree. Yeah, it's a pine tree, so that's how far I got with that. I was hoping to get the snow all the way across, but that's when I really realized that I needed to get stitching on that tree, at least portion of it, not so much the needles for the pine, as it was just a trunk, so I could get started on the snow. So that took some time out of my one day of stitch. So here we go. I was supposed to pull out the pattern that I had gotten from my friend at work, or co-worker, who's no longer there where I work. You know, she stopped by just to give me this cross-stitch stuff. And it was that welcome cross-stitch that she had partially done. But by then, by the 13th, I had not separated that floss. I just didn't. And I was starting to get burnt out. I was getting really tired and burnt out of just everything for that whole month and previous. And I just kind of just thought, I don't want to go through all that. I just need to take the time to separate it maybe this summer. I don't know, but I just didn't pull it out. I really, really want to finish it and put it in my craft room, but I didn't. So, it is what it is. What I ended up doing, I had this great plan. It was a harebrained idea of what it was. I wanted to do a new start Wow, my iPad just totally like ghosted me out here. But I wanted to do a new start. I wanted it to be fairly simple. So I got this Brooks Books Summer House free pattern that I had shown you before. Oh, can you see it that way? There. If I enlarge it, there, that's better. I was actually going to do their cupcake, but I had just gotten this fabric of the month from Color and Cotton. It's the 14 count. Can't remember what it's called. And I thought of the house, the 4 seasons of the houses. And I'm really hoping it fits on a square, because then I have 4 and I can get all 4 seasons. So I thought it would be really easy. No, it wasn't. That's as far as I got. This is one of the trees. And even though it looks like it's just like a couple greens, it's like 1, 2, 3. I think it ends up being like 5 greens. I have 3 now, and there's a couple more that need to go in there. It is really confetti heavy. But I love it. I cannot wait to stitch some more. I cannot wait to get this thing going. Because it's a 14 count, it's really easy as far as counting all these spaces. No problem. The swirls in the sky was charted for a blue that would have blended in with this blue way too much. So I changed it to white. And there's supposed to be 2 different color blues. And I don't know if I just want to find a darker blue to go with the white. I might. Because in the summer, when you do get a few clouds here in Oregon, they're white. They're not dark. So I don't think I want to do a gray for the second color. I just have to think about it. Should go outside and look at the sky, right? But even though it ended up being a little bit more heavy confetti than what I intended, I'm glad to have the start. And I really want to work at getting these seasonal stitches done. And then that was it. That was all for my Maynia. I do have one more stitch to show you, and it is the only one that I did after Maynia, because everything else was Mrs. Claus, so I can get this done. Or I just did stitch. So I was on, I'm going to turn on my iPad again, so you're going to get this glow. But I got on to the internet, and I wanted to, oh, I'm really getting a pain on my elbow. I wanted to look up some mandala designs to find one for this room. Well, I saw this, and I totally lost track of what I was doing. And I purchased it, and it was off of Etsy. Awesome Pattern Studio. And I saw this wolf, mandala wolf, and I had to buy it immediately. Because my friend, who I stitched Hazel for, who I'm having lunch with tomorrow, she has got 2 tattoos. One on each leg, and they are of wolves. And so, her birthday is in September. I know. It will more than likely be next September, not this coming September, but who knows. But I bought it, and I started it right away. Don't laugh at me, but this is as far as I got. But that is because there's actually some floss that I did not have, DMC. This is done on 14 count white Aida. And the colors that I was missing that I just don't even have in my stash at all. Like, these are one of the few colors that I don't own of DMC. I really needed it. I found that I was needing to count too far as I was getting ready to come in here, because there's all here on the tip of the ear, of a color I didn't have, and then a bunch down here. So I really had to stop, write down the colors I needed, and get them. And I have, so now I can start on this again. But being 14 count, again, it shouldn't be all that difficult. So that was it on my stitching. And that was part of my haul, was that pattern. I'll go ahead and show you my haul real quick, and then we'll call it a day. It's 36 minutes now. And it's getting really late. Pretty soon I won't be able to stitch. So, I went ahead, got the colors for the Mandela Wolf. So these are it. This is one of the colors here that's on the tip of the ear that I really needed. But I needed them all. Then, I don't remember if I showed this to you or not, but this is the Fabrics by LJ. I can't really read his writing this month. But there's that. It's a beautiful piece of fabric. I love it. It's kind of like a, a night sky blue, or maybe a denim jean. However you want to look at it. But it's a beautiful piece of fabric. 28 count. Then when I went and got some of that floss, I had some coupons, and I looked over by the cross stitch stuff, and they had the MCG Textile 28 count even weave. This is in antique white, and I grabbed it. It's the only one they had left. I love this fabric. I think I've said it before. I absolutely love this fabric. I've gotten fabric from 123 Stitch, Fabrics by LJ, Under the Sea Fabrics. I've gotten different fabrics. And I like this just as well. This is MCG Textile Mushroom. And it is soft. It is easy to stitch. But if you want to stitch in hand, you can do that too. It's just the perfect middle ground. And I have never had a problem with it. And my floss lays really nice. I can't get this at Michael's anymore. And I can't get it at Hobby Lobby. So I found it at Joann Fabrics, last one, and I grabbed it. I would have grabbed more if they had it. And then while I was there, Priscilla and Chelsea like to talk how they like to use Monaco. And Priscilla said that she's done Charles Craft. They used to do that, get coupons. They shop cheap, just like me. Now they get it by the yard from 123 Stitch. But I was there. They had some. That's what I'm doing my Game of Thrones with. But this is just the white. So, went ahead and grabbed that. And then while I was there, Charles Craft had this really pretty seafoam green 14 count Aida. And with my tired eyes, by the end of the week, I do like to stitch with Aida sometimes. And this is really pretty, so I don't know if you can make out the color. So I got that. I did buy this. It's not cross-stitch related, but I fell in love with this magazine, and I have sent off to get a subscription, but it's Magnolia Journals. She's so pretty and she's so sweet. I don't know. I love Chip and Joanne. I just do. And their focus is so much on their family, like their daughter. She's in here. Joanne is the editor-in-chief. She's got several articles. They got recipes, tacos. Hello. I know they love tacos. So do we. I mean, goodness sakes. Does that not make you hungry? That looks amazing. And normally when they have their date night, it's just them. Or their date day, it's just them. But they went ahead and put it in their magazine to show the importance of just getting away and spending time with each other. And then they showed their local hangouts that they do. So that's really nice. And there's a lot of design ideas, a lot of things, like I said, for family. There's interviews with people. You know, this lady started a business with flowers that she got the passion for from her grandmother or great-grandmother. There's a lot of food in here. So, yeah, I just really enjoyed this magazine, and I'm still flipping through it. They talk about spending time with their kids. So it's a really fun magazine. You know, there's ones for design. Not as much as you think. You would think the whole thing was design, but it's not. It's just kind of a mixture of different things. But there is some in here. And Joanne talks about flowers in this article. It is roses. But yeah, it's 4 magazines a year. Say barbecue, backyard barbecue. Hello, more food. But it's 4 times a year, and if you order it, it's $20 for a year. $5 a issue. I paid $7.99. But all of this in here with recipes and tips on gardening and design and stuff for $8. Magazines are usually like $13.99 now. $12.99. You're lucky if you find one for $9.99. This was $7.99. And there's a lot in here. And so to get it delivered to your house is $5 an issue. She doesn't charge shipping. Shipping is included in the $20. So that was a really cute article, magazine. The only other thing I have to show you, and I'm out of here, is when I got those books that I did a flip through at the Goodwill, I go over to craft section to see what they have, and I saw this and I grabbed it and flipped through it, and I cannot believe what I got. You know, when it comes to floss, I just go to the craft store, but I came across this and I'm blown away. All this is DMC. There's one pack that has one color. All the other one has 2 to 3 colors. This has 2. This one has 3. It's like they went and bought these at the craft store, put them in floss away bags, and then went and donated them. They have not been used. They have not been pulled out. They are all in perfect shape. Okay? And there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's the only one that has 1. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 bags with 2 to 3 skeins of floss, except for that one. Is that insane? They still got their tags on there. And all these. 99 cents. What a deal. That was a deal. I don't keep them in floss away bags. I have my organizing system in sandwich bags. These would not fit right. They'd be too small. But all of that. And I can't wait to look in my cross stitch app to see if any of these colors I have or not. That would be so cool if a bunch of them I don't have. Then I'm closer to completing my DMC stash. So, yeah, that's it. That's all I have for you. My plan for this month, the rest of this month, it is not only, but it is the 25th, is I did not touch the the Happily Ever After on the 14th. And so I did not stitch the May design, which is Robin Hood, if I remember right. So over this weekend, I got to pull that out and start stitching on that. Stitch Maynia kind of put a kink in the plan of getting as far with that as I'd hoped. But I got to pull that out. I got to stitch on this some tonight. Not picking my friend up till noon for lunch, so I've got to get stitching on it. Yeah, it's almost 11 o'clock now. So yeah, it's the Happily Ever After, and then probably the July stitch. See how much of that I can get whipped out, because it's not that big. And then over the weekend, possibly, more than likely, I hope to, oh, that kind of messed my eyes up. I hope to get a rotation going for next month. So that's my only plans. And that Mandela Wolf, I hope to stitch some on at some point this month. And then that's going to be a big focus piece next month. So that's it. So I'm going to sign off, and I guess we will see you when we see you. I'm not making promises anymore because I hate not keeping them on when I'll be back on here. But, you know, I will try in a couple of weeks. It is a Friday, so now I know I can stick it in my head that if I can try and aim for a Friday, then at least I'll have somewhat of a routine on doing these videos. But once summer gets here, I will have more time available also. So I want to thank all of you so much for coming over and watching me with all the floss tubes around. Please don't knock the phone down, Louie. Yeah, I really appreciate it. And I've seen on my phone that I've had some new subscribers. And I just want to say thank you for hitting that like button. And I hope I show you things you enjoy. I'm really aiming this summer to get a bunch of stuff finished. Get going on some finishes, like full finishes around my house. That's going to be a focus for me also. So yeah. So that way I'm not just constantly showing you just whips and whips and whips and a little bit of stash. Maybe I can start showing you some finishes. Especially now that I'm starting to get my craft room organized, and there won't be any excuses for it, right? So we will talk to all of you later. Again, thank you all so much, and have a wonderful, wonderful Memorial Day. And I hope you get to spend it with your family, and I hope you have some time off to do that. And I hope the weather is going to cooperate for you all. So we will talk to you soon. Good night, everyone. Have a great weekend.